is our second video for Unit 1, which is Unit 1B, adding and subtracting negatives with fractions. So the first thing I would like you to write down is this writing here in purple over off to the side that I'm now circling in green. For adding and subtracting fractions, you need common denominators. Then you can add the numerators but keep the same denominator. All right? So everything that I put in purple writing on the screen, please make sure you add to your paper. For our example number 1, we have 2 sevenths plus negative 5 sevenths. They both have a 7 in the denominator, which means we can add the numerators. So we can do 2 plus negative 5 and keep the denominator the same. 2 plus negative 5, negative 3. So we have negative 3 over 7. So our final answer here is negative 3 sevenths. Next example, we have negative 3 eighths plus negative 1 eighths. They both have an 8 in the denominator, the bottom number, which means we can add the numerators, the top numbers. So we get negative 3 plus negative 1 all over 8. Negative 3 plus negative 1, same sign, add. So we do negative 4 over 8. However, negative 4 over 8 can be reduced by dividing both the top and bottom by 4, and we get negative 1/2. So we do always want to make sure our final answers are fully reduced. Now, for numbers 3 and numbers 4, if we look, these do not have common denominators. We have a 5 and a 6 for number 3, and we have a 3 and a 6 for number 4. Since they don't have the same denominator, we're going to have our calculator help us out. If we don't have a calculator, then you have the calculator that I showed you earlier how to use on Schoology. So let's pull that up. Here's our calculator. To get a fraction, we have to press this green button, alpha, the y equals button, and then our fraction menu pops up. So this first option, number 1, is the one we're going to use right now. We have negative 2 over 5, so we're going to do negative 2, go down over 5. Then this arrow is flashing right, so we do have to go to the right, type in plus, then we have negative 1/6. Now, with our calculator, we don't have to add the parentheses in there, so we're just going to get another fraction, negative 1 over 6. Go over, we have our expression, now we can just press enter, and it'll tell us that it equals negative 17 over 30. So for our number 3, our answer is negative 17 over 30. Number 4, I would like you to pull up your calculator, type it in, and give it a try. Make sure you know how to do it. So pause the video right now and give it a try. All right, you should have been able to discover that the answer was 1 over 6. If that is not the answer you got, you should pause the video and ask for some help. Make sure you know how to type this in correctly. Next section, subtraction. Same steps right here in purple over off to the side that I'm now circling in more purple. You need common denominators, then you can subtract the numerators and keep the same denominator. Okay? So for number 5, 8 ninths minus 2 ninths, we have the same denominator, 9 and 9. 8 minus 2 is 6. Keep 9, so we have 6 over 9. 6 and 9 can both be divided by 3, which makes 2/3. You must make sure your answer is written in fully reduced form, so 2/3. Number 6, we have 2 3/5 minus 4/5. So now we have something called a mixed number right here. It's when you have a whole number and a fraction put together, 2 3/5. That's a mixed number, minus 4/5. So we're going to pull open our calculator. Now when we go to the alpha button and then the y equals button, instead of hitting number 1, we're going to go to number 2. So I'm just going to hit number 2, and it gives me my mixed number option. So I put 2, go over, 3, down, 5, then go over, and now we have 2 3/5 minus Now we'll go back to our fraction menu, and we can hit on the first one, number 1, which then we can write 4/5, press enter, and we get our answer of 9/5. Now, that is an improper fraction, and if we want to change that into a mixed number, we go back to our fraction menu, and we want number 3. That's going to change things from a fraction to a mixed number. So if we hit number 3, then press enter, that gives us our answer of 1/4, our answer as a mixed number. So for number 6, our answer is 1/4. Number 7, we have 3 1/7 minus -4/5. Go back to our calculator, get to our fraction menu. We want number 2 because we need a mixed number, so 3 and 1/7 minus, then we have -4/5. So we'll get our fraction, number 1, make sure we make it -4/5. That, press enter. Again, we have an improper fraction. When our top number is bigger than our bottom number, that's an improper fraction. So we want to go back to our fraction menu and select number 3, press enter, and that'll give us our answer as a mixed number of 3 and 33/35. All right, number 8, I would like you to try on your own. So pause the video, pull open the calculator, and give it an attempt on your own. By now, you should have been able to finish the problem and discovered that your answer is 1/18. If that is not the answer you got, you can either try it again or raise your hand and ask for some help, and I will gladly show you how to complete the problem. All right, last little section we got here. Evaluate the following expressions. So we have evaluate the following expressions if P equals 2, Q equals -5, R equals 1/3, and S equals -3/4. For number 9, we have P minus S, so that becomes 2 minus -3/4, which, if we remember that double negative, becomes one big plus sign. So that leaves us with 2 plus 3/4, which is equal to 2 3/4. Just that mixed number, the whole number plus the fraction 2 3/4. All right. Number 10, P plus Q plus R. P is 2 plus Q is -5 plus R is 1/3. So we get 2 plus -5 plus 1/3. 2 plus -5 is -3. So now we're left with -3 plus 1/3. And you can type this into your calculator if you need, but -3 plus 1/3 is going to give us an answer of -2 2/3. S minus R. S is -3/4 minus R, which is 1/3. -3/4 minus 1/3. We can go to our calculator, put in -3/4 minus, and then let's get 1/3. Press enter, and we get -13/12. And if you would like, you are more than welcome to leave your answers as mixed numbers or improper fractions. Either one is okay. So right now, we have -3/12 as our final answer. And then our last one, we have P minus Q minus S. So P is 2 minus Q, which is -5, minus S, which is -3/4. We have lots of double negatives going on here. So remember, those double negatives become positives. So we really have 2 plus 5 plus 3/4. 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 3/4 just gives us 7 3/4. Final answer. That's all the notes I have for this video. Please pause the video, stop, and work on practice 1B.